The mathematical hammer, brute force attack. A brute force attack is the most primitive application of cryptanalysis, operating on the principle of exhaustion. It does not rely on stealth or psychology, it relies on math. An attacker uses a script to cycle through every possible combination of characters, A through Z, 0 through 9, and symbols, until the output hash matches the database target. The advantage is guaranteed success. Given infinite time and computing power, a brute force attack has 100% success rate because the password exists somewhere within the permutation set. It requires no knowledge of the user, the system architecture, or the hashing algorithm's specific weaknesses. It is the inevitable eventualities of probability. The failure is time complexity. Against modern encryption, this method is computationally infeasible for complex strings. A standard 8-character password with mixed casing and symbols has 6 quadrillion combinations. Even with a decent rig, this takes decades. However, for a 6-character password using only lowercase letters, a modern laptop can crack it in seconds. This method punishes brevity, not complexity. The human exploit. Dictionary attack. A dictionary attack optimizes the brute force approach by utilizing a predefined list of strings, most famously the rocku.txt file, which contains 14 million common passwords leaked in 2019. Instead of trying AAA, then AAAB, the software tries password, welcome, monkey, and 123456. This exploits low entropy. Humans are predictable. They choose passwords based on favorite sports teams, birth years, or simple English words. By narrowing the search space from every character to every word in the Oxford English Dictionary, attackers reduce the time to crack from centuries to minutes. Tools like John the Ripper can run millions of these semantic variations per second. The weakness is randomness. A dictionary attack fails instantly against a nonsensical string like XY9 #MP2. If the password is not in the word list, the attack returns 0 results. This is why sysadmins enforce policies requiring special characters and numbers. It forces the user to break the linguistic patterns that dictionary attacks rely on. The time-memory trade-off, rainbow tables. A rainbow table is a massive, pre-computed database of plain text passwords and their corresponding hash values. In a standard attack, the computer hashes a guess and compares it to the stolen hash. In a rainbow table attack, the hacker has already done the math. They simply look up the stolen hash in their 500-gigabyte database to find the password that created it. This offers instant reversal. It trades storage space for processing time. Instead of spending a week calculating hashes, the lookup takes milliseconds. It effectively decrypts one-way hashing functions like MD5 or SHA-1 by treating the hash as a database key rather than a cryptographic puzzle. The defense is salting. Modern systems append a unique random string of characters known as a salt to the password before hashing it. Because the salt is unique to every user, a pre-computed rainbow table becomes useless, as the attacker would need to generate a new table for every single user in the database, effectively forcing them back to square one. The psychology hack, phishing, and social engineering. Phishing bypasses the technology entirely to attack the wetware, the human brain. It involves sending fraudulent communications, usually spoofed emails from banks, IT departments, or Google, directing the user to a fake login portal. The user voluntarily types their credentials into a form controlled by the attacker. The killer feature is encryption bypass. It does not matter if the server uses 256-bit AES encryption or if the password is 50 characters long. The attacker captures the plaintext input before it ever enters the encryption pipeline. Spear phishing, a targeted variant, has breached high-profile targets like the Democratic National Committee and Uber by researching specific employees on LinkedIn to make the lure convincing. The downfall is user awareness and MFA. Phishing relies entirely on user error. If the user checks the URL or uses a hardware security key, the attack fails. Furthermore, multi-factor authentication, MFA, renders a stolen password useless as the attacker still lacks the secondary time-based token generated on the user's phone. The recycling plant, Credential Stuffing. Credential Stuffing is the automated injection of breached username and password pairs into unrelated websites. Because 65% of users recycle the same password across multiple accounts, hackers take a database dumped from a compromised site, like LinkedIn, and use bots to test those same credentials on Amazon, Netflix, and PayPal. The win is scale. Attackers use tools like Sentry MBA to test millions of accounts per day using proxy rotation to mask their location. It turns a single data breach into a universal master key. If you used Hunter 2 on a forum that got hacked in 2012 and you use Hunter 2 for your banking today, Credential Stuffing will find it. The countermeasure is rate limiting. Websites detect the inhuman speed of the login attempts and trigger defenses like CAPTCHAs or IP bans. Intelligent firewalls can identify that a single IP address is attempting to log in to 500 different accounts and sever the connection, forcing attackers to burn through expensive residential proxies to continue the assault. The input spy, keylogging. Keylogging involves malware or physical hardware that records every keystroke pressed on a keyboard. Software keyloggers are often bundled in pirated games or email attachments running silently in the background. Hardware keyloggers are physical dongles placed between the keyboard plug and the computer port. The advantage is raw data capture. A keylogger captures the password as it is typed, completely ignoring encryption, hashing, or asterisks on the screen. It captures the shift key presses, the backspaces, and the exact timing. It is the digital equivalent of looking over someone's shoulder. The limitation is access. Hardware keyloggers require physical access to the machine, making them risky to install. Software keyloggers are easily detected by antivirus heuristics, which flag any process attempting to hook into the system's input stream. Additionally, virtual keyboards, clicking letters with a mouse, can sometimes bypass simple logging scripts. The parallel monster, GPU hashcracking. GPU hashcracking weaponizes the parallel processing power of graphics processing units. Unlike a CPU, which is designed for serial tasks, a GPU has thousands of cores designed for mathematical throughput. Attackers use tools like Hashcat to turn gaming cards, like the NVIDIA RTX 4090, into cracking engines. This delivers speed. A single modern GPU can calculate billions of hashes per second. An 8-character NTLM password, used by Windows, can be cracked in under an hour. By building mining rigs consisting of multiple GPUs, attackers can tear through complex passwords that would have been considered secure a decade ago. The constraint is cost and heat. Building a cracking rig is expensive and energy-intensive. Furthermore, defenders have moved to slower hashing algorithms like bcrypt or Argon 2. These algorithms are designed to be memory hard, intentionally slowing down the calculation process so that even a powerful GPU cannot check more than a few thousand hashes per second, neutralizing the hardware advantage. The silent listener, acoustic side-channel attacks. We end with the future of intrusion. Acoustic side-channel attacks use deep learning models to analyze the sound of keystrokes. By recording the audio from a Zoom call, a Discord voice chat, or even a smartphone microphone nearby, an AI can distinguish the subtle differences in sound between pressing the T key and the G key based on their position on the keyboard plate. The horror is non-intrusive theft. The attacker does not need to install malware, send a link, or touch the computer. They simply need to be on a call with you while you type. Recent studies show these models can achieve over 90% accuracy in reconstructing text solely from audio recordings of a MacBook keyboard. The defense is noise. Background noise, typing styles, and low-quality microphones degrade the accuracy significantly. However, as microphone fidelity improves and AI models become more distinct, the simple act of typing silently may soon become a security requirement. Conclusion: from guessing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to training AI on the sound of your spacebar, password cracking is an arms race between convenience and entropy. The only true defense is length, randomness, and the humility to accept that if a human can remember it, a computer can crack it.